Finally, Lawrence Times, we have identified a solution to the issue of YouTube removing the commissioner meetings on their platform, and we have spoken to the commissioners about this solution, which they have refused to look into. Why didn't you cover this in your article? Instead, you just go straight to getting on board with the local leaders censoring your very own readers.
Thank you.
Why is that? Sounds sus
I want
and
to
communist.
remind everyone that this is an item we will speak about later, so if you could.
Yeah, I want to pick up on where Justin left off there, because we did let the commissioners know that there was a solution to the YouTube issue. All that needs to happen is that...
I would like to please stop you, unfortunately. This is something we will speak about later in our agenda item, which is for items we will not be speaking about on our regular agenda. We are very clear about that. Could you wait until we discuss this particular item?
You're going to reset my time?
Reset it, of course. It's for items that are not on the agenda, and that item is on the agenda.
YouTube is not on the agenda.
It is, in fact, in our discussion later of how we will conduct these
Courtney,
meetings.
here is the discussion about how you'll conduct your meetings, and YouTube is mentioned in passing as a part of the policies of the other boards in the county. And the only other place it was mentioned in that area was this public comment submitted by Chris Flowers talking about YouTube, but that's public comment and not something I'm open to discuss. Later, it was said that it was in the city manager's report after I called you guys out for lying about this. But you can see here, it's not in the city manager's report. There'll be links to the agenda in the description here if you guys want to do your own research and see where YouTube is mentioned in the agenda. Courtney, you shut me down.
See, it's impressive that this is how we get managed when we come in here to speak as the public.
Would you like
We're
to
not
speak
allowed
to the
speak
commission?
as the public. This is what we want, right? We want the public to not speak.
The commission asks that I maintain a certain kind of order and that we expend the public's time judiciously, and that we listen to items that have to do with the agenda when those items are discussed. Very minimum request, which we read every week.
You don't even know what he's going to say. You're censoring him. How do you know what he's going to say? Let him speak.
We could have already been done, Courtney.
Mayor.
Come on, Emerson, stick up for him. He's being suppressed. Stick up for him. You just tooted your horn about how you do that.
We will be discussing this item later in the agenda. Is there any public comment that does not have anything to do with regular agenda items?
Sure, Courtney. How about we discuss you not putting white people on boards?
I've been the mayor for about 6 months, and I have spent more time than I can calculate making sure we do not appoint, frankly, all white boards. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to probably sound like an angry white man, but I really don't vote that way, and I don't believe that way. But I do have a problem with somebody saying that they're working real hard to keep white people off of boards. That's a very racist-orientated decision-making process. I also have a problem with a mayor that would text back and forth with the city manager talking about high-fiving police officers for police brutality. Courtney Shipley. Now I'd like to know if there's any other commissioners out there that high-fived the police officers for trying to rap and go knees down on a guy that was compliant. Very important, compliance. The man was compliant, Courtney, and you high-fived them for abusing him.
Was he white?
He was indeed white. We could have been done probably 2 or 3 minutes ago, but you decided to express this. When you want to appoint people to boards, you need to look for the best qualified candidate. If that may not be a white person, then so be it. But don't come in here to this meeting and say you're working to keep white people off of boards. That is incredibly offensive. And it needs to be noted that just because racism is more predominantly toward minorities, that is a racist attitude. It's a racist utterance. And it's no wonder that we have another person in this town named Shipley that would say that it's okay to throw somebody out of restaurants because they don't like their skin color or their sexual orientation. Or if they're homeless. That's a good point. keep trying to shut us down. We just keep getting louder. When I started coming in here about 6 months ago, it was just me for 3 minutes. I called it my 3 minutes. And if you think your moves are going to shut me down, you're wrong, guys. Every day I grow. And I'm going to need a chair over there because I am a news organization. So we're going to see how fair this county commission wants to work. You got preferential seating over there for the Lawrence Journal-World so that they can write their news reporting. I have a news outlet. I earn ad revenue from that news outlet. Therefore, I qualify as a media source. I'm going to need a desk. And if you think I don't want to push this, shut down some more public comment.
I can't